In today's video, I review what the vegan actress Madelaine Petsch eats in a day, and my book is also here. Roll the titles.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you saw from the intro, my book is now finally available. So stay around until the end of the video and I will give you all the details and let you know of some of the awesome prizes you can win. And on that bombshell, to the video.
Lots of things have changed in my life. I don't drink coffee anymore.
I don't drink coffee anymore.
That might be a beneficial thing if Madelaine was overdoing coffee and she was using it as a crutch to keep her energy levels propped up. So let's see what reasons she gives for excluding it from her diet.
I never thought I'd say that, but it's been a journey. I used to drink upwards of
2 to 3 coffees a day when I was in LA. I mean, the place that I go is just so good that I just wanted to drink it all the time, which is obviously not good for you.
That editing is very weird, but 2 to 3 cups per day doesn't sound excessive unless she was drinking very strong coffee with hundreds of milligrams of caffeine in it, then it could potentially be a problem. But let's see what else she says.
But it also stopped affecting me. Like, I'd get it at work to try and stay awake and I would not feel anything, it would just taste good.
This is the issue when you abuse any substance or stimulant. Your body gets used to it and then you have to increase the dose, and then before you know it, you are either psychologically or physically dependent on the substance in question.
We're gonna make a matcha to start the day. Cute cup that I think is actually a wine cup. I also looked the other day at how much you're actually supposed to put in when you make one. It's like 1 teaspoon and I put it in half a tablespoon, so that also could be why it does so much for me. But
so for those of you who don't know, matcha is just a green tea powder, and in terms of its caffeine content, it isn't excessive, and a normal cup would be around 25 to 30 milligram. Clearly, if Madelaine is adding in half a tablespoon per batch that she is making, then it will pack a punch in terms of its caffeine content. So by the looks of it, she may just be replacing the strong coffee with strong tea. But again, let's see what else she says.
Lava.
hot water. I like mine iced. Froth it up. Matcha's been frothed with the hot water. I do it for like 30 seconds. I'm using pea milk.
I've never tried pea milk, and if any of you guys have tried it, then let me know what it tastes like in the comments below. But I'm trying to imagine pea milk and matcha, and it certainly doesn't sound too appealing.
Ripple. I really like it. I'm genuinely trying not to drink as much almond milk in an attempt to be more sustainable. I'm gonna put a little bit of almond milk creamer in it just to sweeten it.
I love the fact that Madelaine thinks clearly about her food choices. Dairy milk is obviously very destructive on the environment, and dairy milk can also produce up to 3 times more greenhouse gases than some plant-based milks. That being said, plant-based milks are not without their drawbacks. So in America, for example, almond farms have been at times responsible for wiping out millions of bees, and these beekeepers have attributed the high mortality rates to things like pesticide exposure, diseases from parasites, and also habitat loss. Either way, plant-based milks are not without their problems, and there are some much better environmental choices than almond milk, such as hazelnut milk, hemp milk and oat milk, and also the pea milk that Madelaine is drinking. Interestingly, peas require approximately 85% less water to grow than something like almonds, and typically peas require a lot less fertilizer, which also helps reduce their carbon footprint significantly. So kudos to Madelaine for highlighting to her audience that even though plant-based milks, while better than conventional dairy production, they still come with their own problems and risks for both animals and the environment.
Let's chat. Usually I would try to go to the gym before therapy if I didn't have a late night / morning of work, but
I did.
so I'm gonna go to the gym afterwards, and I don't really want to make my breakfast before the gym because I don't want to have like stomach cramps and stuff, and I'm not really that hungry yet. So I'm gonna start with a banana.
Yes, eating directly before the gym would not be a good idea in terms of digestion, and it can cause some people to feel sluggish, or they may experience cramps or an upset stomach. Most nutritional guidelines, however, do recommend some form of simple carbohydrates in the 2 hours before the gym, as foods like bananas will be broken down very quickly, which your body will then utilize for energy while you are exercising. Obviously, if you're trying to lose weight, then exercising on an empty stomach may be a better option because your body will then use body fat as a fuel source.
She's a big one. I made the switch over to matcha maybe 2 weeks ago. It's been kind of a game changer for me. I wasn't having restful sleep.
So,
I made the switch over to matcha, and matcha releases caffeine over a long period of time. And let me tell you, I actually feel a difference. My sleeps are more rested. I'm waking up energized.
I haven't really had any matcha yet, and it's all energy right now.
So it's been very helpful to me, but I do miss coffee.
This is obviously one thing that some people unfortunately do not correlate with coffee. Caffeine has a half-life of approximately 3 to 5 hours depending on a person's metabolism. So let's say you are somebody like Madeleine who drinks a few cups of coffee throughout the day and you have your last cup around 3 in the afternoon. So when you go to bed, there will still be a fair amount of caffeine in your bloodstream because of its long half-life. So you can see very simply, if you have a loss of stimulant in your body while you're trying to sleep, how this could potentially cause some sleep issues in some.
All right, I'm back from the gym. Let's let the hair down. We're gonna make my famous breakfast sandwich. It's not famous, but it's so good. This is what I eat in a day. It makes me feel good and energized and excited to eat. So it works for my body, but it might not work for your body. But the good news is, you don't have to eat it.
Very true.
I have energy. Let's make some breakfast. Half of an avocado. This is controversial, but Marmite. Mini bagel thing. Alfalfa sprouts. Earth balance. Soy-free butter. And this is processed, so Dad, close your eyes because my dad hates processed food. But
veggie bacon strips.
from Eve's.
Marmite and avocados. I think Madeleine needs to go and stand in the corner and think about what she has said and also for what she is about to do. And if there are any of you who are subscribers that eats this combination, then please unsubscribe yourself now.
I am 2 seconds away from calling the police.
Bagels go in first. I don't know how avocado can just be like tossed in salads and people enjoy it.
Some people just give me heart attacks while holding knives.
Marmite is a hot commodity in Canada. It's very hard to find for some reason. I'm gonna just squeeze her out. Why not?
And just to caveat, my issue with that isn't the Marmite, it's the Avo, but who in their right mind sits down and thinks up these combinations?
And now for the spices. We start with some cayenne pepper, which I was actually told is cayenne pepper. That's a lot. I'm gonna be on fire today. Garlic powder. I ain't kissing anyone. Black pepper. And
Nutritional yeast.
Now, I have an eclectic taste and I can be weird with the best of them, but Marmite, avocados, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, black pepper and nutritional yeast, no.
a little handful of sprouts just right on top. And then some veggie bacon. Here's my breakfast plate.
Stunning.
Now we will go through the total nutritional numbers for that day of eating very shortly. But as much as I joke about that plate being weird, it's actually not too bad nutritionally. And if Madeleine actually enjoys it and it's delivering a decent amount of nutrition, then who am I or anyone else to say anything? That breakfast has a decent amount of calories, a decent amount of fats and proteins, and also a decent range of vitamins and minerals. So for now, I will pipe down.
First bite. It's good every time. This doesn't get old. Hasn't gotten old yet.
This is never good every time, and it would never be good the first time.
Now it's orange time. I don't know if watching me eat oranges is what you expected to be doing on your Wednesday, but here we are.
What can I say? Thank you, Madeleine.
Tofu's been pressed. I'm gonna cut it lengthwise. Pan, sesame oil, paprika, cayenne, garlic powder, and nutritional yeast on them. Those are kind of like my go-tos. So it's all on top of here, and then I'm just gonna put that right in the oil.
So we are slowly redeeming ourselves from the Marmite and flip-flop combo.
Also do the other side. My two little hunks of cut up tofu are in here, and I'm just gonna put them on the stove. Point is that you want it to get like golden brown, very lightly golden brown, and then you're gonna toss it in the oven on a pan for like 25 minutes on like 350, 375, and that'll just cook them all the way through.
Now we are cooking on gas.
My mom would be very proud because she used to make these for me when I was younger, but I'm gonna make some vegan spring rolls. So you need rice paper, I guess, sheets to make your rolls, brown rice vermicelli, tofu that I cooked earlier, and then veggies. So I'm gonna do cucumber, peppers, and spinach.
That actually sounds belting, and I would absolutely eat that.
For your almond butter sauce, because I don't like peanut sauce most of the time, you're gonna need almond butter. I usually just kind of like go by my eyes, eyeball it, so it's called. I eyeball it. A little more than a tablespoon of almond butter in a glass. The key ingredient is
Lime.
Great combo, keep it coming, Madeleine.
well, actually, this is a really juicy lime. I might just do half of one. I add teriyaki sauce to mine. I don't know why, I just needed liquid one day and I did it. And I like a tablespoon of that in there. A dash of sesame oil and maple syrup. Something I know all about. And then you just have to sit here and mix it over your churning butter. Insert dad joke sound here. Look at that, gorgeous.
Yes, I like it a lot. Not too sure about the maple syrup, but otherwise very tasty.
I have a plate of hot water. It says 5 seconds each side on the packaging. Start with some spinach. Bell pepper, vermicelli, about half of it, a little bit of a handful. And then I'm gonna grab 3 pieces of tofu. Place it on top. Now it's that texture that you are familiar with for a spring roll. I've definitely wrapped them better before. This is not my best work.
All goes down the same hole.
One down, one to go. So I've got my sad one that I didn't do a very good job wrapping. And I've got this big 2 thumbs up for this one. I never said I was an expert at this, but here it is. Oh, almond butter sauce. Very good.
No, I would definitely give that a 2 thumbs up, and I will.
I'm gonna make tacos. I mean, they're basically burritos, like mini burritos, but I call them tacos. I haven't had them in forever, and they sound really yummy.
Can't go wrong with tacos, and that water bottle is bigger than Madelaine.
So onions and peppers is my favorite insides to tacos, with some beans. I keep it pretty simple. Sometimes I'll add kale.
Look, I know I've been quite jokey with Madelaine's food combinations, but I can't falter in this video. It gives me cold sweats to think about the abuse that I was giving my body at 27. So for her to be aware of the problems within food systems and to consistently eat lots of fruits and vegetables, etc., then credit where credit is due.
I just chopped my onions and my bell peppers into little strips. I put my onions with a little paprika and olive oil in a pan to saute. Can't believe myself. Like, I'm so annoyed that I just did that. All right, so unfortunately my peppers are done, but my kale hasn't been started yet. However, it's all clean. So now, adding a pinch of Maldon sea salt to get these tortillas ready. I like my tortillas cooked on the stove top, right on top of the flame. These look like they've been through hell.
Again, right up my street, and that is going to be tasty.
Tortillas are here. I'm gonna start with the first one. Beans, 2 spoons of that. Squeeze some lime on there. And then I put cayenne on top of it. Cayenne. It looks kind of sad. I didn't remember it being this empty. I think I forgot an ingredient, but that's okay. My day would not be complete without a kombucha.
Good for your gut health.
Brownie points for that, and she is absolutely killing it in this video.
Still one of my favorite kombuchas. It's the tart cherry from Kavita. It's out of this world. Wait, this combination is so fire.
I would agree with that.
Oh, let me show you my progress on my water. I'm so close to the end of my water.
She'll be peeing for about 15 days straight after that.
My final consumption of the evening, chamomile and lavender tea. And with that, I think I'm gonna bid you guys
adieu.
Olive is whining at me for God knows what reason. She wants to say goodnight to you. Well, the day's over. I've eaten. You've seen it. The video's done.
So let's just have a quick total up. So total calories for the day were around 1950, and she hit around 40 grams of fibre. Both omega-3s and 6s were hit, although slightly skewed in favour of the omega-6s. Protein was very good across the board, with most of the amino acids hitting at least 120% of her daily requirements. Vitamins and minerals were also very good, with only calcium being slightly under, although this is obviously an isolated day of eating, so we can't draw too many conclusions. As a day of eating top marks, apart from the faux pas of Marmite and avocado, it was very good indeed. Now, the only place to potentially pick up Madelaine would be the lack of iodine in her diet, but conceivably she may well have supplemented or used iodine salt. So credit where credit is due, that awareness at 27 is ace. I'm super excited to announce my 200+ page gut health book titled No Guts, No Glory has now been released. The book covers everything from why people develop gut issues, the different types of gut issues from SIBO to IBD, how you fix or better manage these conditions using step-by-step guides, how you rebuild the gut after you have fixed your issues or after antibiotics, and pages of other useful information to keep your gut in optimal health. I will leave the details below and hope you all enjoy. I will also be doing a live stream over the next week to announce the book name winner, and I will also be offering random cool gut testing prizes for people at random who have bought the book. And if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to check out this one up here, because I'm sure you'll find it equally interesting. And the only other thing that's left for me to say is to remember to look after your body, because it's the only place you have to live. And I'll see you next time.